Happy New Year! Happy New Year to everybody. I'm starting 2019 with this tiger from Magical Jungle. And if you've been following this series of tutorials about the tiger, then you may notice that I've been doing some work on the tiger's head. And unfortunately, the recording failed, so I cannot show you how I did it. There are a couple of areas that I'm not happy about, so I'm going to try to erase things, and that is a little bit tricky, but I'm going to do it anyway. So here's the electrical eraser. I have one by Derwent. I just think there was a little bit too much black here above the eyes. Here I have Polychromos dark chrome yellow. It's a dark yellow, almost orange. I hope you had nice holidays. We certainly had very nice holidays. And here I have burnt ochre, also Polychromos. Christmas holidays here in the Netherlands for the children, it lasts 2 weeks. 2 weeks of vacation, no school. And many adults, the working people, have vacation also. Most of them take 1 week of vacation. So that's what my husband did. Well, he had a little bit more. It depends on how the festive days are scheduled in the week. And this year, January 1st was on a Tuesday. And here in the Netherlands, January 1st is an official feast day. Do you say that like that? So everybody has a day off. Well, not everybody, of course. But most people have a day off. And Christmas is an official feast day. And then we have the day after Christmas. You know, you have Christmas Eve. That's strangely enough the 24th of December. We work here in the Netherlands. Many people do. But they go home early. And then Christmas Day, December 25th. December 25 is an official day off. And December 26, the day after also. Here I have black. Well, that looks a lot better already. I've had some time to think. I try to do that twice a year in summer holidays and around Christmas. Evaluate what's in my agenda and see what I can change, what I would like to change. And this time I focused on passion for pencils and how to work, how to make things work better on the channel, on the YouTube channel. So I've a couple of ideas that may work. Let's pick another color. Let's see, this one, raw umber. I think I would like to make different categories on the YouTube channel. For example, a video like this is more like coloring together with friends. So I'm now thinking about launching a series of, you know, like this, just coloring along and just chatting a little bit, having a nice cup of tea. And now I'm searching for a name for this series. Let's add a touch of red, middle cadmium red. I'm still working on that microphone that I'm using right now. I hope the sound is better than last time. Anyway, I'm looking for a nice name for the series of just coloring along with each other, having a cozy time, enjoying a cup of tea, chocolate, stuff like that. And then, of course, enjoying your pencils and just coloring along. And then there's another series that I would like to launch just to make things more clear on the YouTube channel. And that is the series about the tutorials. You see me do things in a video like this, of course, but just to make it more accessible. A tutorial series. A Q&A, I think that would be nice. Questions from you answered in a video, because this is, by the way, burnt ochre. I get a lot of questions and normally I answer those questions just by replying, sending back an email, sometimes months later. I do reply, but it takes a while. So I thought, why not turn those questions into a Q&A video? That's maybe much more effective. And of course I also have a passion for paint, not only for pencils but for paint also. And right now it is a watercolor paint, but knowing myself, I think a lot more paint will join the passion. I am curious. I like to learn and explore new things. So I'm sure. Once, I think it was about 25 years ago, I tried oil paints. It was a bloody mess. I didn't know. It was just terrible. So I switched to acrylics. I do have a little bit of acrylics here, but I think in the future it would be nice to just give it a try again, the oil paints. There's one downside about oil paints and acrylics, and you know, it's about cleaning your stuff after you paint it. I'm no. And that's beautiful about watercolor. You just put that brush in a glass of water, in a jar of water, just move it around and it's clean. So easy. I think I should not do any more work on that tiger's head except for the nose. Here I have medium flesh. Let's see if that is... No, we need a little more warmth. And this is something that I learned from the painting that I made. The tiger, Pompeian red. Yeah, that's better. And here I have pale geranium lake. Just a teeny tiny touch of red here and there. The watercolor painting of the tiger that I made last year taught me a lot. It taught me about colors and yeah, it was just very, very good. I learned a lot about it. I learned a lot from it, that's what I mean. Okay, now let's take a look at some of the leaves. These ones over here, I can use the same red . So yes, I think I want to make a series about watercolor, of course. I'm doing that already, but just thinking about changing the titles a little bit so it becomes more clear to you what the video will be about. And then we will have a series, you know, the cup of tea chocolate color along. And then we will have a pencil tutorial series. And I think there will also be a more serious color along series tutorial to explain the techniques more in depth. Cadmium yellow lemon. Then there will be a watercolor series. Of course, there must be a review series. Oh goodness. the passion for painting, well, that's watercolor right now. So then there's also a passion for pastels. Good heavens. Well, I don't think I will be able to launch everything in 2019. Let's just take one step at a time and come up with a good name for the series. The tea and the chocolate and the color along fun. I think this leaf, although I love what it looks like, I'll show you. Really love that look, but I think it needs a little bit more color. Light green, this is. The day before Christmas. Christmas Eve, yes, December 24th, permanent green olive. My husband and I made a beautiful walk in my favorite forest, the largest forest of the Netherlands, the Veluwe. It was the only day with a blue sky. So when we saw that, we jumped in the car and we went. My husband already had a day off, so we could go. It was just a gorgeous day. And we walked over in an area where there was forest, but also a large patch of heather. And there were all these sandy paths. And it was very nice because you could see so many traces of animals. Here I have pine green. And we saw traces of deer, roe deer, red deer, a fox. Yeah, it was really nice. I have a little bit of footage, a small video, a couple of seconds about that walk, so I'll show you right now. Well, I hope you liked that couple of seconds. We had a great time, just a couple of hours walking in nature. It was beautiful. I just checked the audio of this video and I'm still not convinced that this microphone that I bought, it is new, is better than the microphone that is on my phone. I'm still recording with my smartphone, so maybe I should try this microphone with different camera. Maybe that works better. So that looks a lot more powerful. Permanent green olive. And here I have light green. And the yellow, light cadmium yellow. For a long time I've been having this an itch to buy art materials, and it has been itching for weeks and weeks, and I could restrain myself until a couple of days ago. Burned ochre. A couple of days ago, the art store that I like to go to in Rotterdam, they also sell online, and they had free shipping, so I didn't have to go there. And I thought, well, what the heck, let's do it. Here I have pale geranium lake. I did not spend tons of money, thank goodness. You know, I have a wish list. Ooh, there are expensive things on that wish list. But I bought watercolor paints, just a couple of more colors. Here I have Naples yellow. The more I color and the more I paint, the more I discover about how colors work together. And that is something that you can only learn, I think, not by reading a book or watching tutorials. You just have to paint and color and use the stuff to explore and find out which colors work for you and which colors work together well. And you know, I started out with a Polychromos series, the Polychromos pencil set of 60 pencils, and I already knew that I would add more pencils to it, dark chrome yellow, because as I was using them, I found out that I was missing a couple of essential colors, like a Payne's grey that was not in the set, a couple of greens that were not there, well, and a couple more. And the same goes for the paints. I started out with a set of 12 professional watercolor paints, and then I added a couple more colors, but then there was a problem, and it turned out that I was not having the right yellow tone. I had a lemon yellow and an Indian yellow, and Indian yellow is a little bit like this one, dark chrome yellow. It's almost orange. And what I didn't have was a cadmium yellow. So I ordered one, together with a couple of greens. And a lot of professional artists will tell you never buy green paint. You must mix it yourself. But I'm a little bit lazy, I must say. If I don't have to mix, I won't do it. So earth green yellowish. Oh, this one needs a sharpening. Yeah, my two nephews have been playing around with my Polychromos. Well, I have 6 nephews and 2 nieces, but these two they are 5 and almost 3 years old. The 5-year-old, it looks like he has a talent for drawing. He makes the most very nice drawings. Lately he made a drawing of his mother looking angry, because she always gets angry, he said, when they are in a toy store, and he asks if he can buy something, and then she always says no, and then she looks very angry. At least that's what my nephew is telling. And the other one, almost 3 years old, you know, I let him use the Polychromos pencils. Why? Because they are unbreakable. I won't take the Prismacolor pencils, because if they drop Prismacolor pencils, they are all shattered on the inside. They are too fragile. But these Polychromos pencils are just so sturdy. They may be a little bit expensive to be used by a toddler, but I don't care. It's okay. And when these pencils are, when I use them completely, I just buy another one. Permanent green olive. I bought something on Amazon too, yes. Also something for watercolor. a larger tin box. I have one for 12 pans, the half pans, you know, those small little blocks with paint. I have one for 24 pans. I'm using that one right now, but not all the colors fit into that. So I bought another one on Amazon, one for 48. So it's a lot bigger. It's larger than the one that I have now, but I think it will work much better. And with a little bit of luck, there's room for my water brushes. Because in the 24 pen set, there is room for a brush, but for a traditional brush with the thin, you know, the water barrel, the water container of the water brushes are much thicker than the original, the traditional brushes, and this larger water brush does not fit in the area designated for a brush. So that's why I ordered the 48 pen set, the tin. There are no pans in it, I believe. No, it's empty. And then I can go to 36 pans, and then I hope there's enough room to put in a water brush. But then I'm not done buying stuff, because I decided I want to have a couple more Polychromos pencils also. So I think in a couple of weeks I will go to that art store and buy again. Well, how long will it take for this drawing to be finished? A couple more leaves, this one, a couple more animals, and then we're done. So maybe in the next episode it will happen. Although I think I need a little more time, but well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope the audio is acceptable. If it's not, please let me know, because I really want a good solution for the audio troubles. And well, see you next time. Bye bye.